baby, baby. Y'all. This is Malika Graham from My Radio. She got some juicy, and I said juicy. She got some juicy gossip last night when I went to view her content, and child, I tell you not that it's a third party that's intertwined with Rock Nation allegedly, and they witnessed some physical violence towards Meg Thee Stallion, and the said person allegedly, y'all heard that allegedly, Jay-Z and Desiree Perez is over there putting hands, feet, and toes, elbows, all doing the motherfucking hot girl summer on Meg Thee Stallion. Take a break. I was shocked too. I was motherfucking shocked too. They said that Jay-Z and Desi over there being physical with Meg Thee Stallion, and I'm gonna say alleged, but this is what I'm gonna come at y'all with. Meg Thee Stallion after Tory Lane got sentenced to 10 years, and people was like, ain't no way in hell that he gonna get sentenced for this when you got criminals that doing something harsher to children, and they don't even get that much time. So, maybe, like I said, this is my opinion only. Maybe that the person gave the information to that person because they knew they was gonna give it to Milagro, and Milagro was gonna put it out, and everybody's opinion maybe was shift to feel sorry for Megan. Take a break. I know I was thinking the same fucking thing. After I heard what she said and then a picture that she showed us, I was like, damn, really? So this shit, it wasn't Megan the whole time? It was Rock Nation? You got Desi playing her role, everybody up in there playing her role besides Megan, because Megan she was in love with Tory Lane. Because if that wasn't the case, like Malaka gonna explain to y'all, how come she didn't say from the beginning that she was pow pow? She said that she had glass in her foot, so she was trying to help Tory, but they didn't want to because Kelsey dumbass from the beginning, she wanted to set him up for whatever reasons. I don't know. Maybe she was still mad because he was fucking Megan. I don't fucking know. All these people fucking everybody. Shit, you get some ass, you get some ass, and you get some ass. That's why his ass is in some trouble. So, I'm going to start rambling, and I'm going to let y'all hear this. She's not going to show us no visual. She's just going to read the email that was sent to her. So, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the situation. After listening to this, do you guys still think that Megan wanted to set Tory Lane up? Or is she innocent and we need to free Meg Thee Stallion from Rock Nation? Do we need to free Meg Thee Stallion from Rock Nation? But anyways, hey my kings, hey my queens, how y'all doing? Hey y'all, hey. I am who, I'm her, I'm that girl. I am Queen Red. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Subscribe to the channel if you want to do so. Put your notifications on so when I upload, you guys be notified. Also, don't forget to thumbs up. I went to my last video. I had 30 some views and only had 3 likes. And then y'all had 30 some comments. How my comments gonna match the views, but the like one liking? Y'all up in my comment section, but y'all can't like the video? Honey. So make sure y'all thumbs up this video. And again, thank y'all so much for coming over here and viewing the content. But let's thumb them up, please. It pushes me through the algorithm. Let's go. And shout out to my radio. Shout out to Malaka Graham. This is where I'm getting my content from. So, yeah.
What was that meaning?
It's in that pink bag.
Okay.
So,
All right, we finna go to La La Land. All right. So yesterday I got some screenshots, and we were on station head, and the person was like, "Look, I've been contacted by somebody. This is what they're telling me, but they don't want to get themselves caught up too much, so I can't say who it is, or whatever the case. I don't even know if they know who it. I don't know. So they send me all these screenshots, and it's saying a lot of shit that a lot of people feel like is interesting, and I get it. But I don't give a fuck how interested it sounds. I'm a receipt-based hoe. My first question was, why should I believe it? Sounds good, okay, but why should I believe it? So I'm gonna read to y'all the different things that were said, but I want to reiterate that I don't know where it came from. I don't know who's alleging these things, and based on what was said, if it's true, it could only be somebody that called themselves being on Megan's side and was close to her. And when I say close, close enough that anybody would allow Megan to be abused in front of them. This wouldn't be no Tom, Dick, and Harry. The accusations that were made in these different messages were deep, bitch. It was a lot. It was a lot. A lot of manipulation, a lot of threats, a lot of whoop-de-whoop. Before I get into that, I'm going to get into something else someone sent me this morning. And I'm going to read it, and you take it with a grain of salt. They said, as I stated before, Megan is signed to Columbia Records. Now, I want to know first and foremost, has anybody heard that? That person that sent me that and other people have told me that Columbia is going to be the place. Has anybody else heard anything about Columbia Records, bitch? Because all that we know is that she's with 1501. So that's something that's been floating around. Once again, take everything with a grain of salt. They said she's with Columbia, and there's a big budget in the works. They said although the public ain't fucking with her, payola will overshadow that. Don't be surprised if she pulls in big numbers. They said music is coming soon, and I've already heard a freestyle. That is what I was sent this morning. Okay? Take it with a grain of salt. Now, moving along, let's get into the screenshots that I was sent. And I want to remind you that I don't know where they came from. I know the person that sent them to me, but I don't know who they were having a conversation with. So, down the rabbit hole we go. The conversation reads as follows. So, this needs to get to a large platform to make impact across the board. The person said, Tory's appeal is already denied in advance. They said Jay-Z will do anything for $1. He has much more money than is stated as his official net worth. He still sells cocaine. Remember he was on Jeffrey Epstein's flight list? Pause real quick. No. Do y'all remember that person was tracking his flights? And it was real interesting. Y'all remember that? Ain't nothing to see. I'm just reading to you. There is no visual. These are DMs that somebody sent me that I'm reading. So just listen and leave your comments so it can be on the screen. So they said he still sells cocaine, and remember he was on Jeffrey Epstein's flight list. They said anything evil and illegal, Jay-Z does it. The trial was a waste of time. Everyone had already been bribed and or threatened. They wanted to give him the full 22 years and 8 months, but the reaction online made them reduce it to 13 and then to 10. So keep on doing what you're doing because it's applying pressure. They said, I can't say too much, and they're not speaking with me. They're speaking with someone else who sent this to me, just to be clear. They said, I can't say too much. Just know that I've been close enough to hear Desiree assault Megan before. I've heard her scream. I would have recorded it, but phones were not allowed. So this is where we get into the start of a lot of serious accusations. Someone claiming that they heard abuse. Okay, so first and foremost, do you think that a Desiree Perez would allow any old Tom, Dick, and Harry to see, witness, hear, or be anywhere near a situation like that? My answer would be no.
Okay, she said her answer would be no, right? Okay, so I don't know how many times that Desi had allegedly hit Meg Thee Stallion, or where she hit her at, not pertaining like where on her body, but like in what space did she hit her at their office or at the studio. Those when I say where. So where did she hit her at pertaining to how many people was around and who was around, because she gonna say to us that okay, that Desi don't seem like a person that have a lot of people around her like that. And if she gonna do something like that, it ain't gonna be like no regular smegular person. So if it was only like one or two people, and then she's this whoever that um, gave that person the email, and then that person and gave the email to Milagro, they know it's gonna get out. And so, like me and other content creators, this seemed juicy. So even though Milagro has a lot of reach in social media, the more people that relate to the story is going to be out there. And then you might have bigger platforms, you know, doing their thing with it too. Or they going to try to reach out to said person or whatever and try to do some damage control. But once they do some damage control, then you know the shit is true. Think about it. Because my channel ain't even monetized. But Milagro do a lot of shit over there on Twitter. And so she would tweet some shit. And then they try to shut it down. And then for my channel, and it's not monetized, and they try to strike it or whatever. So the only person that can strike this is Milagro. And she says she don't do stuff like that as long as we give credit of where we got it from. And I'll give her credit if I use her stuff. So if it strikes or anything else, then it came from her. And it only can come from her. But anyways, like I'm saying, like for other people that don't try to make content on doing this or retweeting and shit like that, but if it make big noise over there on Twitter, then you know that what they doing, they did it, or they trying to narrative some shit. But so far, you guys, what do you guys think about what Milagro just said, that they over there physically abusing Meg Thee Stallion? And then we don't condone violence, even though the shit is going on between Megan and Tory and how things turned out, and then viewing the trial, some fucked up shit. Because from the beginning, that shit was shady. So by him being sentenced, and we knew how the trial went down, how do y'all feel so far on hearing that she is being physically abused?
So with that being said, who could this person be? They wouldn't be that reckless. Who would this person be? This would have to be somebody that was close, if it's true. I also want you to keep something in mind as we go through these DMs that we have not validated. Daystar does continue to say that people are force-feeding Megan information. He does continue to say that's his friend and that he don't think it's her. And he continues to say she don't even know what the hell happened. Just keep that in mind as we continue reading. So, they said, just know that I've been close enough to hear Desiree assault Megan before. I've heard her scream. I would have recorded it, but phones were not allowed. And I'm going to tell y'all something else. Lil Uzi just did an interview, and he said he does whatever Desiree Perez tells him to do. He said that's his best friend, and he does whatever she says, and that he got out of this last shit because of her assistance. Okay? Have y'all read or heard people speak on her and her demeanor and all that shit? Okay, next. They said that's as much as I can tell you for my own safety. They said Jay-Z has assaulted her as well, the same way he does the girls that he traffics. That's what they said. All of this is something I'm reading. I do not know it to be true. Okay? Do not come from my synthetic weeks. They said when Megan got to the hospital, that's when Tory's demise started. Now, Tia, I saw on Twitter say something, and if I can find it, then I'll highlight it. But it had to do with Megan slipping up and saying that she was released from the hospital the next day. Not in there no 4 fucking days and shit like that. And let me see, hold on. Because it's one of those important things, I feel like. But let me see if I can find it right quick. Because I just so happen to see it like I said on Twitter. real quick because I believe that she like showed too, like where it was. Hold on, I'm still looking. I don't see it right now, but if y'all know what I'm talking about, you want to send it to me, then go ahead. They say you got all this on video. I know, but in this moment, it was something that was fresh that I could show you easily. But it's okay. But yeah, it was about how Megan had slipped up and said, like, the next day. Some shit like that. So they said the demise started when she got to the hospital. I'm back to reading now. They said Desiree Perez got there first, and Jay-Z came there the next day. They said Desiree has Megan's nudes and sex tapes. Same with Kelsey, and she threatened to kill Megan and destroy her life if she did not play along. They say it took 4 days of consistent threats in that hospital for Megan to succumb. That's why the doctor's testimony said that Megan didn't want to say what really happened until 4 days later. The first post that Megan made about the shooting on her Instagram was made by Desiree Perez. Desiree and Hove assaulted Megan, by the way. Desiree also has certain pictures, videos, and recordings of both of the DAs, the judge and the doctors, which they don't want to get out because it could land them all in jail for a long ass time. Things that they've all done in their past that would implicate them. Desiree is very good at digging up dirt. I want to reiterate that I'm reading this, and I don't know these things to be true, but it does not sound far-fetched to me. Somebody even said, not Megan, telling her truth, bitch. Is this a telenovela? And let me tell y'all something. The music industry is sick, and it's demented. Desiree Perez was with the cartel, okay? The shit is not far-fetched, but it gets worse. Keep listening. Once again, all of this is something that somebody said. They said, remember Kelsey did say Desiree threatened her with a sex tape? Yeah, I do remember that. Moving along. They said, there's so much to say, but let me know if you have any questions before I continue. They said even the victim impact statement was drafted by Desiree. They said, okay, they had a typo, so they fixed it. They said they weren't even initially gonna blame it on Tory or implicate him. They said Desiree saw an opportunity and she took it. If there was an initial plan to implicate Tory, Megan would have told the first responders that she was shot on sight. But she told them it was glass because she didn't want nobody, including herself, to get in trouble. Now, as we continue to acknowledge that we don't know if these things are valid, I want to toy with the idea. The reason why I think, well, there's a multitude of reasons why I think shit was orchestrated, but it's not far-fetched that somebody did coerce you, because why didn't you just say that initially? If the whole plan was, okay, we're going to say he did it, wouldn't it have made more sense to be consistent from the very beginning? So when the first responders came, why wouldn't you say, yeah, he had a gun, he tried to shoot at me? This shit would have been over with immediately. We wouldn't even be having a conversation because it would have looked bad. It would have been 1, 2, 3, done type shit. But that's not what happened. She said it was glass, maintained it was glass, was treated for glass. And I don't think that Desiree could get to her fast enough. Also remember, she called her manager when she got put out on Sunset Boulevard. Okay, who was her manager? Because they keep on changing who the manager is. One time they might say T. Ferris, her manager. Then they'll say in court during trial, her manager was some bitch we had never heard of. Then they'll come back and do a write-up and say that Desiree is her manager. Who is her manager and who did she call when she went to Sunset Boulevard, and what did they say? What was that conversation? Because let's talk about it. EJ called T. Ferris at the house and said, this bitch tripping. We got to get out of here. So, interesting. They said then the supposed bullet fragments went missing, or they never existed, love. Get into it. Next. They said what happened between Kelsey and Megan was real. Hence all them injuries Kelsey got and the bump on Megan's head. The owner of the gun, they said, I'm not 100% sure because I got 2 different pieces of information. They said I'm trying to be honest and not just assume. They said the first...
Okay, guys, what you guys think so far about what Malago have said? And again, everything in here is alleged. She got this from someone. They got it from someone that allegedly be around the situations that be happening. So again, Everything here is alleged, alleged, alleged. But what do you guys think about what she said so far? You think is some of this shit true? Or I don't know. Or you just don't give a fuck. But don't forget to thumbs up the channel. House of Queens TV, baby.
Bit of information I got was that the gun belonged to Megan's bodyguard. They said Kelsey knew where it was because she packed the bags as Megan's personal assistant. The second tip I got was that the gun belonged to Quan, but that he did not fire it, and that the DA knows that it was his DNA, and they actually tested him for it. Hold on. I had to go to the next slide. Hold on. They said, yeah, they said that the DA knows that it was his DNA, and they actually tested everybody. They just didn't release everybody's results. They threatened Quan that they know it was his gun and advised him to stay as far away from the case as possible. Otherwise, they can put it on him. It was Tory that they wanted. They said that's the real reason why Quan ain't came out and openly defended their story. They said also the real reason that he ended up testifying when he didn't. No, that's the real reason why he didn't testify when he went to court, is what they said. They said as much as they saw wanted help, he didn't want Quan getting in trouble trying to save him. Okay. Child. They said also Megan is still in love with Tory. They said she's in therapy because she's always depressed and has constant anxiety attacks because of the case. She has said that she wants to come clean several times, but Jay-Z and Desiree will not let her. They ruined her life, and they ruined Daystar's life. Everything they say on the outside is pretense from rehearsed practice. She meant to say pretend. She has trouble sleeping and was suicidal a few months ago. They said Roc Nation also coerced her into signing multiple NDAs and documents that absolved them of any guilt and state that she was never pressured. So if it does backfire, she's the only one that's going to bear a consequence. They said that's the reason why Tory Daddy said that he had chosen to forgive Megan a long time ago. He knows some parts of what she's been forced to do, but not everything. That's why him and Tory kept blaming Roc Nation, because they know Megan never wanted all of this, which is why she never implicated anyone when the first responders got there. She just wanted Desiree to bury everything, but Desiree and Ho had other plans. They give Thorne deals and money opportunities at Megan to make her happy, but she's truly a wreck. They said Kelsey knew what she had done and sent that text 7 minutes later. Kelsey wanted to blame it on Tory out of fear. That's why she was calling everybody to tell them Tory shot Megan, but didn't bother to ever call the police.
Baby.
They went on to say, why do you think that Kelsey remained silent? If a man shot your best friend, you wouldn't be yelling it everywhere at the top of your lungs? They said when Megan finally admitted to Roc Nation about sleeping with Daystar, after she lied to them out of fear, Desiree assaulted her again. She pulled her hair and flushed her face in the toilet. That's what they said. Hold on. They're sending something else.
So what y'all think so far?
And then they said, why do you think that Megan was over there with the vice president? It's because she was freaking out. They said Desiree took her over there to reassure her that they have everything under control. They said Megan been wanting to say something, but they gonna make sure that she does not. And those are the screenshots that I got. Do with it what you will. Do I?
But still, you guys, after all that we just heard, and I don't know if Milagro asked the lady, did Tory pow her or Kelsey pow her, or was they all fighting over the gun and it accidentally went off? I don't hear none of that was brought up in these alleged text messages. They said everything else, but I was with the hope, as intelligent as Milagro is, did she bring that up to the young lady to ask her who really pow Megan? Talk about it. Who really shot Megan? Even if it was bullet fragments, and she was grazed. How you would say grazed? Who really pop you? Was it an accident? Was all y'all fighting over the gun, or did Kelsey do it intentionally, or did Tori do it intentionally? What's going on? Because all that's being said, that's some good information, but the $1,000,000 question is, who shot you? In the words of Biggie Smalls.
I think that is plausible. Yeah, swirly bitch. Pulled her hair, put her face in the toilet. Do I think that this stuff is possible? Yeah, it is possible. Do I think it's true? I don't know. Possible? Yeah. So, I don't know. I think sometimes people be wanting to believe certain shit, so they'll just accept anything. You're going to have to come harder than that, once again, okay? So, I don't damn know, and that's what I got to say about that. Not a fake Desiree Perez page on Station Head talking about this. Somebody mentioned me. Desiree Perez came to court, so I saw her. She's not this big old woman or nothing like that. I think it's just about her connections, what she's done, and what she's willing to do. She wasn't, I don't think she was tall. I was literally standing right across from her and Tamika before we went in court. Let me see if I can look her up and see maybe if we can get her height. They say she's 5'7". Let's take a look at this really quickly. This is her. Oh, she look hard, bitch. She look like her daddy, I bet. So they said, she from New York. She mixed. What the damn height at? Child, she got more money than $1,000,000, bitch. 5'7". That's what they said. So she not no big old woman, and I don't think she's that tall, to be honest with you. I don't believe Desiree 5'7". They said she Cuban. Okay. Well, whatever the hell she is, that's what she look like. That's how tall she is. Okay. Yeah, she was at court, sitting right in the back. They said, remember that picture with her and Megan standing next to each other and she looked depressed? Yep. Let me pull it up. And do you remember how Desiree or Megan had to go to court and tell them don't try to get Desiree on the stand with the 1501 case? They was trying to get Desiree in the trial with Tori because she was the one in court. Why did Desiree have to take the stand when Kelsey said when she got to the hospital Desiree was there? Why didn't nobody ever need to talk to Desiree Perez when Kelsey claims that she gave her a lightly veiled threat? You know it's dangerous in LA. I got you a ticket. Like, think about shit like that. She was at the courthouse, but she didn't have to get on that stand. Why wouldn't you want to speak to her? Wouldn't she know a whole bunch of shit? Exactly. Okay, this shit be a mess. Now, I'm trying to find that picture that y'all talking about, because I know exactly what you're talking about. But I'm not seeing it right this second. Hold on. Let me see if it'll come up with this. Megan and Desiree Perez were leaving somewhere, and Megan just looked so out of it. Now, here goes a photograph of Megan and Desiree. They look happier here. Party was back there, so you know this old as fuck. And the 4040 Club, they got shut down, bitch. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter. Did anybody find that tweet from Tia that I was talking about? And then look at this. What is this? Megan Thee Stallion seeks a protective order for Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez, saying that 1501 is harassing her. Megan Thee Stallion seeks a protective order for Desiree Perez. Do y'all remember when we talked about that? Chuck, come on now. Y'all gonna play crazy if y'all want to. This whole Megan Thee Stallion thing, because she was so reckless with the way she handled it, has just shined a light on Rock Nation so much. They've always been doing fuck shit, but it was under wraps. All you could do was speculate because you didn't have enough to piece it together. Well, this whole case got it all on Front Street, and it's a fucking mess, bitch. That's what this is. They said, when did that happen? That happened November of last year. We reported on it, and I spoke then and said, ain't that odd to y'all? What type of shit is that? Like, so, I can't find the picture, so I'm gonna move on.
So, okay, you guys. So, that's the end of that. So, again, shout out to my radio, Malago Grams. So, again, you guys, what do you guys think about what you guys have heard? Do you think it's truth to that? Do you think that it was put out to give to Malago personally so that people can change the way that they feel about the whole situation? Personally, I don't know. I don't follow Rock Nation them like that, so I really don't know. I will want to believe that Megan didn't have nothing to play with this because of this, and she's a fucked up individual. But then again, there are some fucked up people out in this world, and like she said, the music industry is some cutthroat motherfuckers. They're not your manager. They're just, what is they? I don't forgot, was they just helping her or she wanted to sign with them? But she don't have no contract signed with Rock Nation. So like, why are you over there? Why are you over there? So anyways, I guess I'll catch you guys on another one. Maybe I'll upload this today or later on. And this is a hot mess. It's a hot mess. Again, I hate the situation that happened with Tori. And if Megan has any type of sympathy or she said she loved him, she should bring her ass out and tell the fucking truth. And she's so fucking scared. Bitch, the FBI wasn't protect you with its protection. Ask Desi, she was in it. She still is in it. She was a big snitch. Big snitch eye. And she got protected custody with the FBI of her snitch ass. Shit, she was snitching on the cartel like it was a fucking sport. Girl. So, shit. This is a sad situation. Again, this man is in jail for 10 years. What was the end game of coming after Tory? What was the end game? Because he didn't want to sign with y'all. He's independent. He don't nobody own none of his shit. He own all of it. I mean, damn, sick crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stuff that Malago had put out. There's a thing called life. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Put the faith in God. He will see you through. He's all understanding. I love you. God love you. And I hope you love yourself even more. Keep it in mind. It'll get greater later. Because this right here, child's out of mess. Huh, babe? Girl, stop. Girl, stop. You stupid ass females. Hold on. Stop. No, hold on.